Miss Prince Yemi Kasali. In this video, we'll be talking about something very, very serious. So I might not be laughing. Oh God, I said I might not be laughing now. Okay, this has taken me too long to do because it's a very serious topic. It's something that needs, I don't know, the proper energy to deal with. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to get my lesson notes ready, do my calculations and everything. But with the rate at which we are clapping for Tinubu right now, a battle for Tinubu. I said I know one joke now. Okay, with the economy rate right now, I don't even have that time to go and sit down and say, okay, I want to start, doing mathematics and doing, what do we call it, presentation in terms of, oh, this is what I'm going to talk about. This is how I'm going to talk about it. We have too much to survive safe, easy. Okay, so I just felt like, let's call a spade a spade. Let me eat that frog. Not be the frog. Person go eat frog. Okay, let me just do it anyhow. You must understand. So you better pay attention right now so that you can understand this, because it is a typical, it's something that is causing issues in the crypto space, especially when we are using robots, especially to those who are even using uTrading, to be precise. Now, I see a lot of videos and I laugh. And these people talk with authority. They talk with everything. They talk with passion. And most of them are the billionaires in this game. I knew of people who had earned about $10,000, $20,000, and they are still doing flop in their teaching. So money and learning or teaching, they are two different things. So I just hope I start earning instead of teaching. Okay, that might be okay. I guess you should be used to me by now, but I said I want to be serious. Now, the topic for today is leverage. Leverage. How do we calculate our leverage? What is leverage? How does it work? Now, leverage simply means the percentage ratio, or let me put it this way, the ratio at which the exchanger wants to support us. Now, let's go to uTrading. In uTrading, I'll click the last DCA futures, and this is the leverage here, leveraged. 1x. It is always at 1x in terms of default. Default is at 1x. Then we have it up to 100x. Now, what is this leverage all about? Leverage simply means what is the ratio at which the system wants to support us? I have $100. I can as well say I want to do 2 leverage. So that means 2x of my capital. So that means I'll be trading $200. Now, I have $100. I want to do 10x. That simply means I'll be trading $1,000. I have $100. I want to be trading 20x. That simply means I'll be trading $2,000. That's 2,000, like the Americans will call it. American. Okay. Now, what's the advantage? The advantage is that when you have the money, I have $100. I can start trading $1,000, $2,000, to borrow me. What's the disadvantage? You get liquidated very fast. You will lose your $100 as soon as possible. Okay, that's just the disadvantage. You lose your money, and that's the bitter truth. If you don't know how to trade, or how to do some cautions, or how to promote your high, you will lose your money. So now, we now have the traditional way and the UT way. That means the uTrading way. Not really the uTrading. We are discovering it from uTrading. But almost all bots can use this also. So you can try it on other bots. You understand? So what's the traditional way? The traditional way is to look at it like how much do I have to trade? So, assuming I have $100, that is the amount I have and I want to trade with. Then, what leverage do I want to trade? Then, probably 10x. And do you know the disadvantage of this? The disadvantage of 10x is when you go deep to 10, you will get liquidated, Bagby. So when you go deep to 10x, you get liquidated. But assuming you have about 5 trades, 10 trades running, and all of them are on 10x, when they are all on an average of 10x, that means when you add all of them together, the 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus probably 15 and so on, and everything now goes on an average of 10x, you're going to liquidate. Don't pray. It's either you go and look for more money or you just allow liquidation to eat you up. So that's the way it works. Okay, so in a nutshell, if you're trading the traditional way, all you just need to do is to look at the amount you have, which is $100. Then you now decide, like, how many deep can you cover up for? What I'm trying to say is your signal, your so-called signal, or your technical analysis experience. What is the number of deep that it would take you through? So that would determine the X that you want to trade. If you're very sure of what you're trading and you're sure that it cannot go 5% deep, then you trade 20x. That is it. Because after 20x, you get liquidated. Now, assuming you want to be careful, you're sure it shouldn't go 10% deep. Then, if it doesn't, you are sure it will not go 10% deep, you trade 10x. Then, if you're sure, oh, it cannot go 20% deep, that you're sure it cannot go 20% deep, then you trade 5x. You understand? So, if you're sure, let me stay with 50% deep. That means if it goes 50% deep, I lose. Then what do? Then you trade probably 2x. So get it again. If you know that your signal cannot go 5% deep, then you trade 20x. So because after 20x, with you trading 20x leverage, if your signal should go 5% deep, you will get liquidated. If you're trading 10x and if your signal goes against you or your trade goes against you 10% deep, you get liquidated. Then if you're using 20x, if you're using 5x, with 20% deep, you get liquidated. Then if you're using 2x, you only get liquidated at 50% deep. That's the regulars. That's the way we do it. So what they usually do now at that time is, okay, in case it goes down some percentage deep, because we've traded with all we have, and in case it now goes down against us, what do? You do stop loss. That means stop my loss at so percent because you know that you get. So as I was saying, you know you're going to get liquidated at exactly a particular point, and you know that's going to be the end of your capital. So you don't want it to get there. Then you now say, I'm trading 20x, 20x, and you know you're going to get liquidated at 5% deep. That means when it is 5% against you, then because you don't want all your capital to go, then you now say when it is minus 2% against you, let the system accept your loss. So that simply means out of $100, you must have been losing. 5% is what will take all these away. So that means you have lost $40 at that time. So the game of trading used to be gambling. It used to be gambling. Okay, I predicted that in 1497, 1942, 1906, Bitcoin went this way and it went this way. So if it goes the way it goes in 1986, then it should go up in uptrend. So, but I am now going to trade it. But assuming it does not go that way, what do we do? Just take some loss at this particular time instead of me taking the entire loss. So that is why some people were so skeptical about this bot. Like, it is not having on stop loss. Must everybody accept loss? Must you accept your loss? Is it mandatory for you to scatter your money? If you're trading at 1%, sometimes most of us trade at 0.6%, 0.7%, you will now be gaining how much? You'll be gaining $1, $2, $3. Then you now accept one loss that will give you $20. At the long run, when you do all your calculation, did you even gain anything? Must you continue that way? And a lot of people are still confusing this pattern with what we are advising them to do in uTrading. Now, what are we advising you to do in uTrading? Thank you. In uTrading, we are not looking at the capital we have. We are looking at the capital we want to trade. Get this right. In the traditional way, I have $100. Then I want to trade 10x. 10x, isn't it? So this is going to trade $1,000 for me. But in uTrading, our system in uTrading is that I have $100. Then I only want to trade $200. That simply means I'm trading times 2 of what we have. So that simply means, in essence, I'm trading 2x of my capital. It's the same thing as you having $100 and trading 2x. But here I am trading 2x of my capital. So this one also is trading $100 2x. But in my own case, I have known the amount I want to trade with before leveraging. It is after leveraging that your amount will come out in the traditional way. In the uTrading way, you should calculate the amount you want to trade, with or without leverage. Leave leverage alone. Leverage is not the first thing in uTrading mathematics. You don't even need to talk about leverage. Don't talk about leverage here. Just talk about your capital. How much do you have? If you have $100 and you're trading $200, this is just like you're trading 2x of your capital. If you have $100 and you're trading $300, this is 3.3x of your capital. Do you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. Don't forget about this. You have to get it. Now, I can decide to trade $400. That is 4x of my capital. I can decide to trade 5x, and that is 5x of my capital. Now, what will happen? What simply happens here is this. This trade will get liquidated, whether you're trading 4 coins, 2 coins, but on an average, when it goes on an average of 50% deep, you get liquidated here. When it goes on an average of 33.3% deep, you get liquidated here. When it goes on an average of 25% deep, you get liquidated here in the 4x. When it now goes on an average of what do we call it? 20% dip, you get liquidated in the last one. That is 5x. So now the question is, what is your trade assurance? That will determine what numbers you want to trade. This seems to be the safest, although we still have very, very safe, which is you just trading $100. Now, this is the safest, the second safest, which simply means you only get liquidated at 50% dip. And if you follow instructions, follow good coins, low volatility coins, stable coins, you will not get liquidated. It will never get to 50% dip. It's almost impossible. Now, almost, I never said it's impossible. Don't quote me later in future. Okay, when you go for times 3 of your capital, that means you have $100. You want to trade entire money to be $300. So that simply means you get liquidated when it goes on an average of 33.3%. That is possible, but if you're good at risk, you might just try it. Most of our coins and our signals gives us something between maximum of averagely 10% dip, and all the coins will not go that way. But you are close to liquidation. Now, the next one is times 4 of your capital. So you get liquidated at 25% dip and an average. If you're trading just one coin, you get liquidated at 25%. If you're trading 8 coins, that means, plus or minus everything goes average 50%, as in 25%. Some people keep asking me, they want to go and be checking their liquidation price on Binance. I say you are disturbing yourself. You should know when you will get liquidated before you started. You should know the building, what you want to build on a foundation before you start the foundation. Because if you lay the foundation weak and you decide to bring up a mansion on a weak foundation, you are going to get liquidated in terms of building crashes. Then the next one is the times 5 will get liquidated at 20% on an average. So get that. That is all you need to know about liquidation. You don't need to go and follow anything again. All you just need to do is to quickly do your math. Oh, this one is going to this percentage. This one is going to this percentage. I still have much. Probably you have one coin that is going minus 10% and you're still seeing other coins probably minus 5, minus 1, minus 2. Then you know that you're still very safe. None of them is close to minus 50, or none of them is close to minus 30. None of them is close to minus 25, depending on what you're trading. And this determines what will be earning. You earn less, and that is why a lot of people are saying, I am earning less. Oh, it is not encouraging. The more encouraging it becomes, the closer discouraging or total discouragement it will become. The more encouraging it becomes, that means when you trade like, I have $100. I am not earning out of $50 in 3 days, in 10 days, even in 30 days. You are not earning this. I'm not earning that. Okay. You are funny because you will hate the internet very soon. You hate your upline. You hate uTrading. You hate internet. You hate you hate the people that are even in your surroundings because you're like, why did you tell me not to do it then? You saw me going to that scam. You call it a scam at that time because this will give you less money in terms of profit, but it is safe. This will give you better, but still lesser than this. And the last one will also give you better results. And that doesn't mean you cannot go for times 6, times 7, and so on, so that you get liquidated on time. But at least times 5, you know that is just going to give you an average of 20%, which probably you might not visit that kind of a thing. But as for people who got liquidated in April 12, April 13, when BTC himself went 33% down. And when it went that 30 or 33% down, all other coins went as down as, 40, 50% deep. And, it caught almost everybody on unawares. And, everybody says bye to their capital. No matter how huge your capital is, he will not respect you. He respects the percentage. If you don't get caught up in that percentage, fine. But if you have $10,000, ah, so that is why we need to know what we are doing. I keep telling people, it's not about people's testimony. It is about you knowing what you are doing. So when you are in the shit, you know I am in it. When you know you are right, you know you are right. It's not like, oh, I'm getting 0 point something percent a day. Somebody is getting 5% or $5 a day while I'm getting 0 point something cent. You should know why you're getting it. So that's that. Now, let me now go to the leverage here. Now, let me go to the leverage, excuse me. Another thing is, a lot of us are ignorant of this leverage after we have decided the amount we want to trade. After you have decided the amount of money you want to trade, this leverage will not affect your liquidation settings, but it will not affect it. After you have decided the price that you want to trade, you've decided it. It is not this leverage that is determining it. In the traditional way, it is this leverage that determines what you will earn. What you're trading. For example, I have $100, then I put in 10x, that is $1,000. But whether you put 50x, you put 100x, you put 200x, you put whatever xxxx, because you have decided on the amount you want to trade, with or without the leverage, this leverage will not affect your liquidation, but it will affect something. I'll say it in next, as in I'll say it later. Now, what I'm insinuating is this. I have $100. Here, when you trade 1x, you still are going to trade $100. If you put in 5x, you're still trading the $100. Whether you put in 10x, it is still $100 you want to trade. If you put 20x, it is still $100 you want to trade. If you put in 50x, you still want to trade $100. Are you getting it? But in the other traditional way, when you put in $100 and you're trading 10x, you trade $1,000. If you're trading 20x, you're trading $2,000. If you're trading 5x, you'll be trading $500. But in our system, making use of uTrading, you have decided the amount you want to trade due to the multiple you feel like trading. You feel like trading multiple of 2 of your capital, which would give you just 50% dip before you get liquidation. If you choose times 3 of your capital, you get liquidated at 33.3% average. Then if you choose times 4, you get liquidated at 25% average. If you choose times 5, you get liquidated at 20% average. And if you choose 1x, that means just your capital alone, you don't get liquidated unless the coin goes more than 100% deep. So now, what is the function of these eggs? Now, that's the beauty of it. I have been saying this, there's a lot of contest going on. People are so much used to the traditional way. I was in church. One of the reasons why I even made this video is because I was in church on Sunday, and our pastor was relating the tradition along with, along with our ways of life. Before Jesus came, there are tradition. There are things we need to do. I'm not a religious guy. My church is a social church. So don't start putting it like, oh, pastor, give it to me. Okay, back to the topic. It was talking about tradition, how it affects our doing. In those days before Jesus, before Christ, there is tradition, there is culture, there is way we do things in line. Before you can do something, there are procedures. You have to consult one oracle or one chief priest to talk to the gods on your behalf, as if say get mouths. So those things are there. So when religion came into Nigeria, and the next thing is, because we are used to that system, and that system pays, it pays. That is the reason why everybody wants to be a pastor, or wants to be, a clergy, or wants to be, a consult, as in, what do we call it? Is it a consultant for the God, or Abby? How do I put this? Somebody that helps you talk to the God. Use your English. So, because that system pays, it gives everybody that it gives you that power to be in charge. Then it gives you room to manipulate people, and to be in charge, and to be the lord over people, and so on. So we introduce it and incorporate it in religion. That is why you see some church, you have to see the clergy, or the what do we call them? What do we call them now? These we don't usually call them pastor. We call them now you sabi wetin they call them, Jare. Now you they go there. So you meet them, help me talk to God, and help me look for which wife is better, and so on. And people use their discretion to tell you things, and you believe, because it is coming from them. Prophets, yeah, prophet and prophetess. So now, here again, it is happening because the tradition says that the greater the X, the faster the liquidation, which is true. Very, very true. But here we are not trading what do we call it? We are not trading the leverage in our trade. That means the amount of money we'll be trading does not depend on the leverage, but it depends on it in one way or the other. I'll tell you now. Where the effect is, it is more positive to trade bigger X than to trade smaller X when you're using what? When you're using uTrading system. When you've decided on the amount you want to trade. When it is not the leverage that is determining what you're trading. Now, what am I saying in a sense is this. Assuming I have $100, I have decided whether I'm trading 1x, 10x, 5x, 100x, I want to trade $100 because that is what my mathematics told me. I have $50 and I want to trade times 2. So that is just $100. That is what I want to trade. Now the question is, if you trade 10x, you still trade $100. If you trade 20x, you still want to trade $100. If you trade 50x, you still want to trade $100. If you trade 5x, you still want to trade $100. That's what we do in uTrading. That's what we're introducing to people to do in uTrading. Now, why are you now scared of trading 50x? I'm not saying you should do. Don't quote me. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm only explaining things. So, don't come and meet me if I make mistake. If this is a mistake and you get into the mistake along with me, now you sabi. Hey, I forget. This video is what is what what do we usually say now? I'm not your financial advisor. I am doing this for entertainment purpose. So listen, no, now entertainment purpose. So I'm not your financial advisor. Because when you hear your profit, you will not come and meet me. If you see your loss, don't come. Now, get it right now. We've concluded that you just want to trade $100 no matter the X. Now, the question is this. How does this affect? This will affect the amount that you will be leaving for the trade. 5X. So that simply means if you're trading 5X, I am not sure if these maths will be correct. I'm not sure if it is going to be correct, but it is correct. Now, it simply means that our trading is T. 5 times our trading is what we are trading. So that means 5T equals $100. Abi? That means, or T5. 5T. Go back to maths now. Why are you doing this? 5T. 5X, 5Y. So 5T, capital T. This time around, uTrading, a big one. So capital equals $100. That simply means our T equals what? Equals 20. What am I saying here is this. The money that the system will deduct from our own capital on our own $100 is going to be what? $20. So our $20 will go into the trade. The system now multiply it by 5 and trade $100 for us. You get it? If you don't get it, use your tongue. Now, what if I'm trading 10x? That simply means we have 10t equals $100. So the trading capital here that we are leaving into that trade, we are putting into that trade is what? Is $10. So $10 is what we are trading. But because we leverage it on 10, it gives us 100. Are you getting it? The first one, I think the first one was 20. So this is 10. Then the next one, the popular used ones, is 20x. So 20t equals $100. Now, it simply means our trading capital here is going to be $5. Do you get it? $5. $5. Now, if you are also trading 50x, so 50t, that means 50 times our trading capital equals $100. So our trading capital here is what? $2. So are we seeing common sense here? If I am you, I will use 50x. But personally, myself, no, they use 50x. I get problem where you get. I know this, but I don't use it. Because I have the same problem that you are having. Culture bad, tradition bad. I feel like, if I use 50x, I'm over trading. That is the mentality there. And despite the fact that I know, I still don't use it. I still want to maintain that 20x max. Even the 20x, before I can get courage to start using it, But I will start using 50x now, whether you like it or not. I won't break that thing. I teach them now, so I must do them. So what am I saying here is this. It is more advantageous to trade 50x if you are using uTrading system, when you have decided the amount you want to trade, when the X does not determine what you are trading, what your entire trade is, when you have decided multiples of what am I trading? If I have $1,000, I just want to trade $2,000. If I have $1,000, I just want to trade $3,000. If I have $1,000, I just want to trade $4,000 or $5,000. You have decided. then you know what your liquidation is. This leverage here will not determine your liquidation at all. It will only determine the amount that the system will deduct from you. And the lesser the system deduct from you, the better. Now, I'm trading $100 and the system decided to deduct $2 into that trade. So that simply means I will still be seeing at the back end, I'll still be seeing $98. So tomorrow I have a challenge or something came up. Then what do? You just go back there and do what? And do your withdrawal. And do what? And do your withdrawal and get out. But note, whether you put in 2x, 50x, you put in 20x, you put in 10x, your liquidation is still the same, depending on the amount, the multiple of what you're trading. That means, what is your capital? What multiple are you trading? And note, because you now see $98 remaining in your back office, if you burn you well, don't mind me. But if they burn you well, try touch them. You see the vengeance of crypto. What I'm trying to say is this: that's money, that remaining money. It is just better for it to be there. Don't tamper with it, because if the coin goes the other way around, it will mess you up. The coin, now like you see, crypto, now devil. I tell people, but devil is a bad word. You don't want to use it in the house of the Lord. Oh Lord, shakalababa. You don't want to use it. You don't want to hear it. But the truth is this: in our diet in Yoruba, eh, they say that when it gives you one, it collects two from you, if not 10. So that is crypto. Crypto will start giving you. It start giving you. You're uptrend, and you like, okay, this thing is giving me, and I still have $98 there. Why don't I just add another probably $20 and make more money? Hey, Chineke. Hey, by the time crypto will turn back, it will just come out all the money from you, and you will say to your upline, say you be bad person. Why you put me inside this business? Maybe you say the robot no go lose. That is what you start saying at that time. So in a nutshell, what I'm only trying to say here is this: when we are trading with crypto, when we are trading with uTrading, yo man. When you're trading with uTrading, try and be very careful. Know exactly the amount you want to trade. Choose your X. Your X is not a factor of your X is not a factor. After you must have known the amount you're trading. So just trade safe and make sure after doing your maths, you trade along with your maths, and don't look sideways for any other signal at all, unless if you want to trade signal, add another money for the signal. For example, I have $500. I want to be trading. I want to be trading. Um, Probably I want to trade. I have $500. I want to trade $1,000. Then I can set probably 8 trades on $100 each and leave $200 for signal. So what am I insinuating is this: you have done your mathematics well. Then probably, please don't. Those of us that are using OKX and some other combined wallets, please avoid trading spots and futures in the same wallet. That's why I advise Binance for people, because your wallet is different. If you want to trade spots, you put it in your spot wallet. If you want to trade futures, you put it in your futures wallet. And I think the same thing happens in Bybit. Not too sure. I don't use it for trade. So please get organized. If you're organized, you will not think of any other thing. You will not think of any other thing. Profit in crypto is not compulsory. Safety is what is compulsory. If you have your money, then you can withdraw your money. You will still earn more by converting your money to your local currency. So trade safe. But the truth is, if you're in crypto for 2 months consecutively, you'll see magic. There's going to be one day. I'll show you these accounts. This account. Let me just show you this account. Let's see the trade. Let's see the trade. This account is having $800 when it started, and we are managing it on 2x. That means we are managing it on times 2 of what we have. So I just want you to see the profit, despite the fact that we started with $80. Look at this. How many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9. 9, that is 18 plus 1, that's 19 days. 19 days, $800, 19 days. We just have $90. And what else? You won't kill yourself. It's something. $90 is what we have. And it's okay. It's okay. It's very, very okay. Look at this. It's having 40 something floating loss. But that floating loss, we understand why it is there. It will leave. You understand? So, if this person decide to cancel all his trade right now, in just we calculated 19 days, he still gain 40 something dollars. Not be small money. Not be small money. Not be small money. So at least $80, $90 profit is above how much? Is above 10%. Is above 10%. And we still have 21 days for it to make a month. Sorry, another 11 days for it to make a month. Anything can happen. But what I'm saying is this: look at the way it works. Crypto has been very down this month. A lot of people, I'm in a lot of groups where they show testimony. For the past 2-3 weeks now, testimony no gree show. So that is, it happens in crypto. It's not a problem. Look at today. We are still just 1 p.m. and we already have $9. Throughout yesterday, it was just $3, $3.5, $3.2. Day after, it was 6. Then we have 9 here, we have 3 here, we have 1 here, we have 6 here, we have 1 for a trade that is trading $800, and we are having $1, $1, 3, 3, 7, 4, 3, you're expecting what? You're expecting to do what? To see $10 per day. It is possible. If I put this trade today on times 4 of what we are having, so that simply means all this is on times 2. So that simply means we would have n times 2 of what we have. You understand what I'm saying? So that simply means the capital I'm trading right now will be times 2. So that's simple. We would have earned $180, and that is cool. But when the problem comes, the entire capital and profit would go off. So that is why we decide on what we want before we trade at all. If you're that risky person, fine. You have your maths. You can trade times 5. You can trade times 4. You can trade times 3. But we advise people to trade times 2 because go talk say na prince talk say make I do say. Something happened just 2-3 days ago. A friend of mine who registered through me was registering as indeed a trade of less than $50. And this person, I helped him with his settings, just trading 2 coins of that same amount, times 2. And this person went ahead and had another coin to trade. I think he was trying to check the way the system works. He was curious and he made another trade. When he made that trade, he started seeing signal, risky, risk something. There's something risky. So he's telling that person that his trade is on risk. Then he came back to me. What am I saying? I said, what are you saying? Let me see. Then I saw it. I said, why did you add a new trade? He denied that he didn't. I was wondering, We trade now think that you need to do, and it will do without you, indicating the amount of coins. Even if you're doing automated trading, full automated trading, you have to tell the system how many coins you want to trade. So he now did that, and he denied that he didn't do it. I was wondering, I was mad, like, you didn't do what? What now did it? What am I saying is this? My point is, after we have made that trade, because a trade of less than $50 is seeing that he's not making good money, and he felt like he should add another trade to make good money, you're going to make a good loss. So please trade safe if you can, trade aggressively if you can, but know what you're doing and stay with what you want to do, and only share the profits, the merit and the demerit. Keep it to yourself. Don't even share it with me. Keep it with yourself, because the more you give me merit, the closer I might be to demerit. Thank you very much. God bless you. Stay cool. Thank you.